Hey, what's up everybody, and good morning. Hope you're having a beautiful day right now. It's about 5:35 a.m. We are just rolling out of bed to get out here to witness the beautiful sunrise, get the mountain in the back, and we're just having a wonderful day. I have a special message for all the TEFL teachers out there today. I've been doing my homework on this too. This video is about 10 ways to know if online TEFL is for you or if it's not for you. Because a lot of people have been asking me lately, hey Camden, I've been teaching at a school for a long time, or hey Camden, I've never been a teacher before. A lot of people come from outside the educational field, that's okay. And a lot of people are coming from an in-school experience now to an online teaching English as a second language experience. So there might be some bumps in the road that you're going to run into. So don't worry, I got you covered. And just want to say hello to all the amazing TEFL teachers out there right now, traveling, teaching English abroad, and living their dream. Keep going, stay faithful, keep the hope alive, keep the dream alive, and make sure every day you're moving in the direction to improve yourself, even on the small level, because the small level changes are going to add the great value into your life and into the lives of your students. So the number one way to know if online TEFL is for you or if it's not for you, how do you deal with technical glitches? It doesn't take a lot. I can just go into a teacher group chat or check social media, and I can quickly see the way people are feeling when things don't go as expected, right? So the first one I would say is, if you are not able to deal with small technical glitches and continue teaching effectively with high performance, if you're not able to deal with the technical glitches, then online TEFL is going to be a real struggle for you. Because sometimes when you're online, when you're on software, hardware, things can go a bit haywire, whether it be long-term or short-term. So you have to remember that technical glitches are just a part of the process when you're teaching English online. Now, sometimes there might be a real issue, and then you can address that with whatever online teaching company you're with, whether that's in the class, if you can send a report to the tech team, or if it's after the lesson. But the most important thing is you've got to stay focused on your student. If you can at least hear your student, see your student, then you're in the green light. So just keep going. And if things are not loading, if things are not working the way that you expected or the way they usually are, then you have to improv, right? And improvisation comes from self-confidence, it comes from the self-esteem, and it also comes from knowing your pedagogy. Let me make that clear. It comes from your pedagogy, your teaching methods. Because remember, from the Greek meaning paidos, meaning child, and agagos, meaning leader, we're building leaders out of children. We're building leaders out of the youth. So that is your primary focus. That is your primary goal. Sawadee Kap. That is your primary goal as a teacher. You're building leaders. So if you are a leader as a teacher, you've got to be able to handle these small minor issues and keep rolling like a river down the stream, baby. Number two is, if you are complaining about students, like if they're learning in the restaurant or if they're learning in the car for the lesson, then online TEFL is going to be a real struggle for you. Okay, let me repeat that. If you are having a really rough time because the child is in a restaurant or they're in their car and you feel like, I can't teach a student when they're in a restaurant. I can't teach a student when they're in the car. The Wi-Fi is not working very well. Then online TEFL is going to be a struggle for you, because this is the whole beauty of online teaching, is that the student can be going out to dinner with their family and then take a 25-minute break to have a lesson with you. They chose you for a reason. So regardless of their location, it's still your job. You're sitting there for the 25 to 30 minute, 45 minute, however long your English lesson is. And you've got to deliver a great performance regardless if you don't like where the student is at right now. So again, it's about improv. It's about confidence. Don't focus and worry about what's going on externally. Just focus on what's going internally with you, and then you will be able to deliver that message and keep your performance very high, and you won't even care about them being at a restaurant. And actually, when they're at a restaurant, I like it. I like it actually, because I can say, hey, what are you eating? It's a wonderful conversation. What are your mom and dad eating? They have brothers and sisters. What restaurant did you go to? Show me the menu. Show me your food. You know, what are you drinking? A lot of kids like watermelon juice, okay, in China. So there's so many things that you could do. And if they're in the car, which happens to me, I would say maybe 1 out of 15 lessons, 1 out of 20 lessons, give or take. You can ask them, where are you going? What did you do? So again, it comes back to the grassroots, the foundation, your ability to interview the student, your ability to do an effective Q&A every single lesson, regardless of where the student is at. Okay, TEFL teachers, let's keep going. Number 3 is, this one's a big one because a lot of teachers end up getting fired or they're, just disappear, right? Lack of responsibility. Number 3, your lack of responsibility to stay on top of your online calendar. Okay? Your lack of responsibility to stay on top of your online teaching schedule calendar. You are responsible to show up to that lesson. You are responsible to check your schedule. I mean, I don't know how much I can emphasize that, because some people come back to me and say, hey, Camden, I missed 3 lessons in a row, or sometimes I've missed 5 lessons in a row. I'm like, what are you doing? Is it, oh, I didn't even know I was a teacher, or, oh, I didn't even know that my schedule was open. Let me take a deep breath, because that's something that there's not much else to comment. Because look, if you are over 24 years old, you know that you have to go to class and you have to go to school. You have basic responsibilities. So if you have taken the time and energy to actually apply for an online teaching company and then you can't even show up to the lesson, well, online teaching, online TEFL is going to be a real struggle for you. And I mean that because, look, I have compassion. I'm up here speaking from experience. I've fallen in to all of these pitfalls. That's why I can talk about this so easily, because I've been there, I've done that, but I have evolved. I have realized my mistakes. I've realized my failures were just preparing me to become more successful and to grow as an online teacher, baby. Let's go. Okay, number 4. Freaking out in teacher groups. This is major. You can not only save yourself, but you can save a lot of people. Save their energy. How and why? Number 1, teacher group chats are there to be supportive. Teacher group chats are there to answer, if you have a quick question, okay? If you can't get someone to message you back, then put it into the teacher group chat, and hopefully someone will be able to answer your question or to address, what you're going through, right? Or if you have something positive to share about how your lesson went well, it's all about being contagious with positive energy, okay? We don't need a pity party on the teacher group chat, because that doesn't add anything positive, doesn't add anything of value to all of the teachers there. Then they're going to absorb your energy, right? We don't want that. Because I heard someone say the other day, some teachers were complaining about the lessons that they don't even have to prepare for, that they don't even have to plan, they don't even have to design, right? Lesson plans are prepared for you, but yet people are still complaining. Go figure. Someone said, I officially hate this new lesson. I'm thinking, if I was a CEO, I would talk to the admin or talk to the head teachers and say, hey, what's going on with this teacher? Why are they working on my company and saying they hate our lessons? Do you think that's going to go over well with the scheduling, the sales team, administration for any online teacher company? Do you think that's a great thing to actually say? Because once you send it, it's in the data book forever. That's right. It's in the data book forever. So just think about that. Why would someone look? And let me back up for a minute. Don't air out your frustration, your troubles, and your stress, your mental stress, your mental frustration. Don't air it out to everybody out there. Don't air it out, especially on a teacher group chat. You know what you need to do? Stop, take a step back, take a nice deep breath. Get away from your mobile device. Get away from text messaging. Get away from sending. And just go outside your room. Take a walk. Take a couple of deep breaths. And this is so important because instead of dumping your mental stress and frustrations out onto everybody, as I've mentioned, take a step back. Take a step back. Inhale slowly. Exhale. And step away from your mobile device. But also remember, things are not happening to you, things are happening for you. So if you are trying to level up, if you're looking to have a better life, then you're gonna have to go through challenges, roadblocks, detours, and bumps in the road, baby. You're gonna have to go through the bumps in the road. And then it's all about how you respond to that challenge. It's all about how you respond when you start to feel your stress levels start to rise. And if you can deal with it appropriately, well, then you're just going to level up, teachers. You're going to level up. You're going to evolve as a teacher. And then the universe is going to be like, whoa, this teacher is ready. This teacher can not only lash out. This teacher is not going to lash out, but this teacher is going to realize that this is a temporary situation. So don't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. Let me repeat that. Don't make permanent decisions in temporary emotions. So important that you realize that, because when you do, then you'll start to become better from the inside out. Again, it's all about how you deal with these tough situations and become the alchemist of your life. Become the alchemist. That's why you got to step into the body. You got to get out of the mind, get into your senses. And it's not just about what you do when you're teaching in the lesson or when you're, in communication with the online teaching company and other online teachers. It's all about what you're doing outside the lesson. It's all about what you're doing in your personal life, how you're growing every day, the literature that you're reading, the media that you're watching, the friends that you're surrounding yourself with. All of these things are going to have a major impact in your day-to-day life. So it's time to level up, teachers. It's time to upgrade. Okay? I'm out here because I care a lot about teachers. I care a lot about where people are in their life, because the greatest feeling in the world is for someone to watch this video right now, make a small change, make a difference in their life, and then be able to get better results. And then they come back to me and say, hey, Camden, thanks so much for uploading that video. I'm like, well, hey, you're very welcome. If you got a question, let me know, please. Okay? So, number 5, stop blaming the online teaching company for all your woes. Everything that goes wrong. Stop blaming the online teaching company. Okay? And you have to remember, there's thousands of teachers just about for every online teaching company. So it's not like there's 1,000 admins. It's not like there's 1,000 tech people out there. And just because you have an issue doesn't mean they're going to be able to get back to you in 5 minutes or even 24 hours. So that's something you have to deal with as well. And that's why I use the teacher group chat for something constructive rather than destructive. Okay? Stop having this, after living over here in Asia for so long, over here in the East, I've changed so much and evolved so much. And now I start to realize the immaturity, the irresponsibility, and the lacking ability to stay balanced in my personal life and also with my career. And then when I listen to what other teachers are saying, I'm like, whoa, that was me 2 years ago. Whoa, that was me 5 years ago. So I'm coming from experience when I talk about everything on this video. So, I have compassion for your situation, but stop blaming companies, stop blaming other people for your problems or if things are not going as expected. Stop being so self-entitled. Stop the entitlement. The world's not going to stop just for you. An online teaching company staff is not going to just stop for you. Who are you? Right? So take a moment to realize that fundamental truth. Stop expecting so much from people that you don't know a lot, because they're working behind the scenes in ways that you have no idea about. So it takes time for people to get back to you. And it also takes persistence. And also, if you're asking questions about, hey, my slides are not loading, and then you get angry and say, hey, the admin never messaged me back 1 week and I just asked about a technical glitch. It's like, do you know how many of those type of questions they get every day? You think they have the time to respond in 24 hours to every single small little problem that's not going the way you want to? Okay? So, again, upgrade, level up, let go, take a deep breath. It's temporary, so deal with it. Number 6, in 3 years, this is big. In 3 years since 2016, I haven't had any issues. I've always been reimbursed if something went wrong on the side of the company, the online teaching company. So in my case, Palfish. If they ever made a mistake, they've always reimbursed me. I've never had an issue in 3 years, okay? So if I did something wrong, then I'm going to take full responsibility for that. I'm going to own my mistake. I'm going to own my failure, my inability to prepare, my inability to have everything that I need, like my responsibilities and my basic requirements. So if I didn't do something, I'm not going to point the finger. I'm going to say, hey, look, yeah, I need to be honest with myself, and I need to be willing to make a change if I want to stay teaching English online and keep living my dream. And that's all about growth. It's all about growth. Okay? It's all about growth. So, again, stop playing the victim. Stop playing the victim and lashing out onto other people, and be honest with yourself and deal with it yourself. I don't know how else I could put that into other words. That's something that, it's like they want, so many teachers out there, they just want somebody to hold their hand. But nobody's going to hold your hand. You're a big girl. You're a big boy. You got to grow up. Number 7, complaining about the trial classes, complaining about student cancellations, complaining about students being late. Why do I have to sit here and wait for the student? They're 15 minutes late and they come in and I got to teach them for 10 minutes. What do? They weren't happy because I stopped at the 25, 26 minute mark. Well, again, not everything is going to go the way you want. The world, the universe doesn't work like that. Things are not happening to you. Things are happening for you. Get that through your skull, ladies and gentlemen, TEFL teachers, okay? You have to understand that everybody is different. Every student is different. They come from a different background. They have different moms and dads. They have different family. They go to different schools. They live in different environments, yada, 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 okay? So just because the person canceled your class 5 minutes before or 1 minute before, you're still getting paid something from that. You're still getting paid to do nothing, literally nothing. You didn't even have to go into the class and you still got a couple of extra dollars. And you go out and buy some coconut water with that, you know? Well, if you're in Southeast Asia, coconut water's $1. I had 3 coconut waters yesterday, got hydrated on the electrolytes. Now, I got 3 more. So number 8, my student doesn't want to speak. They just repeat everything I say. That's happened to me a lot, okay? And have I gotten frustrated? Yeah, of course. Have I been impatient? Of course. Again, I'm coming from experience. I've done and fallen into the pitfalls of every single thing I've talked about in this video so far. Okay? So don't have a pity party, like I said. Don't have a pity party. Realize that this moment right now, that this challenge you're facing is just preparing you to become a better person, a better human being. And it's preparing you for what is to come, because good things are on the way if you can deal with these small, minor issues in your day-to-day life and with your online teaching career. So when the student doesn't speak English, what do you expect? If they're from China, you know, it's not like they walk outside their house and see everything on the wall in English. Their teachers at school, they're just reading textbooks. They're not having conversation. They're just listening to the teacher all day. So how can you expect the kid to know and speak so much English right off the bat? And then if you're speaking to them like, you know, you want to have the impression that you're speaking to them like a friend, but the speech, the dialogue, the way you speak, if it's coming out like it's a friend, you know, I've seen some people do live streams, and I've even listened to some teachers during the lesson recording, and they're just talking like way too fast, way too many wasted words, way too much teacher talk time. You've got to emphasize the student talk time. Okay? You've got to increase student talk time. And then I've made so many videos about how you can do that, especially the one that I just dropped the other day, the 11 best online teaching methods for online TEFL teachers. Check that out. And like yesterday, I had 2 new students. It was out of nowhere. I haven't had new students, like 2 new students in a row in months. But I did a great job. The girl didn't understand how to open her mouth very well, but we had a great time. There's so many, again, it's about imagination. It's about creativity. It's about improving in the moment. And that comes through experience. And it comes through trial and success. Trial and error, trial and success, okay? So we're learning about our own unique, authentic, genuine styles of teaching, our own set of pedagogy, our own set of teaching methods. And you've got to find out what teaching methods are best for you. Not what other teachers are doing, not how they use their props. It's great to watch and to see what other teachers are doing and what works for them. And then you have to learn how to formulate that into your own unique way of teaching online, okay? So, number 9, the parents keep speaking Chinese. The parents keep speaking Chinese. What do you think? You expect every parent out there to be a fluent English speaker? Come on, give them a break. If you're learning Arabic or if you're learning Russian, you think that, you know, your child is just going to be able to speak Russian or Arabic so easily, so quickly? You know, put yourself in the shoes of the parents of that family. Some parents, they don't speak a lot of English. Some parents do. It depends on what level of education they've had and also their working environments. Because the people who do get to work with a lot of international companies, of course they're going to be exposed to more native English speakers. And then they're going to be able to pass that down onto their children. And that's why a lot of times when you have a new student, you might be able to have more conversation early on. You know, it's different for every type of student. It's different for every type of family and situation. So if the parents are speaking Chinese, cool. That's why, again, the video I made the other day about the 11 best online TEFL methods works out for me really well, because I love Chinese culture. I love language. I love learning new things. I like to build new knowledge. I like to gain new experience. So what do you think? I'm living in I'm over here in Thailand. I'm in a different country. I'm in a different world. I'm in a different continent, So you as a teacher, this is what separates good teachers from great teachers. The great teachers are teachers who that in their free time, in their personal and daily life, they're actually researching, learning new languages, learning about the different parts of the world, doing things they're passionate about, being crafty, being creative. Because that is what a real teacher, in my opinion, that's a real educator. Because education is all about taking care of the student, taking care of the family of that student. You got to go above and beyond if you want to make this a reality. And that's why I'm able to always get fully booked every single day. Next, the last one. This is a bit of a repeat from earlier, but I'm still going to say it. The slides are not loading. This is important. This is actually going to really help you because look, last night, this week, for some reason, some things have been loading really slowly. And I've seen, again, this is why I made this video, because so many people in the teacher group chats and social media are just lashing out. My pen's not working. How are we supposed to teach? The slides are not loading. How am I supposed to go on with the lesson? Improv, confidence, creativity, done. Improv, confidence, creativity, done. And keep going with the lesson. But what I did yesterday is I was like, it's really loading slowly. And then I went to all my I had to get out of the app, and then I started exiting all these browsers and all these apps that I had open that I wasn't even using. So sometimes make sure you close all your tabs. Make sure you close all the extra apps and browsers that are in the background, so that way your lesson will go much smoother, and the pens will respond, the slides will respond much better. And of course, after I exited out of all these extra tabs I didn't even know I had open, it was like 20 some tabs. And then I went back into the lesson and everything worked really fast. Photos were loading fast, the slides were loading really quickly. So again, I didn't freak out. I didn't leave the class and then start spouting out in the teacher group chat, because that's not going to help. That's just going to make me feel more stress, and then other teachers are going to feel that stress. And that's not good energy to spread. So I said, hey, I remember someone told me, my wife, you got to close your tabs. You have too many tabs open. So I just did that and it worked out. So there's always a solution if you ask a question, okay? So everybody out there, and also here's 3 quick bonuses. So if you've waited to the end of this video, good for you. Journey to the West. Journey to the West. I'm going to buy that book. It's a classic Chinese book, classic Chinese literature. A lot of my students are reading The Journey to the West, or Monkey King, and I'm really excited to read it. So again, I want to tap in to where my students are at. I want to tap in to see and understand and really feel what my students are going through on a daily basis, whether it's school or family life or what they like to do in their free time, what they're passionate about. Because that is how you build free talk. That's how you build conversation. That's how you build fluency and comprehension with your students. And then TEFL teachers, you can have the best day ever, every single day. Right now, we're living in pure abundance. We're becoming financially free. We are living with the TEFL dream lifestyle mindset. To everyone who's booked a TEFL consultation, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We're having a great time getting the results that you want, that you're working hard for. So if you're having trouble, if you need guidance, whether you're new or experienced, make sure you check out my email in the description on this video. You can send me an email or just comment below in the comment section and let me know, who you are. Introduce yourself. Let me know your situation, your issue that you're having. Maybe I can just answer it in the comment section. But if you want 30 minutes on video, one-on-one, and mine went yesterday 48 minutes, went 18 minutes over, because I love to do that. It's always about going the extra mile. It's always about going the extra mile with what you're doing in your life. And then people will remember that. People will talk about it to their friends, and then they'll come back to you because you set everything in motion. And the brand new book, The Blueprint for TEFL Freedom, coming out November 15th. And then on Halloween, I'm going to send out some samples to different people who have been asking me. So if you want a sample from my new book that's coming out, you got to let me know here in the comment section, or you can let me know on Instagram or Facebook. To everybody out there, keep teaching English abroad, live your dream, travel to where you love to go to, and live the best life ever. Thank you so much. This is Camden Long signing off on a beautiful day like this. I'm gonna go back. Actually, let me show you guys what I'm working with real quick. I didn't do this before. But you guys can see, that's a mango tree behind me, cacao tree, jackfruit tree, banana, and you see that big pile of dirt? That's organic soil. And one day, we're gonna be out here like a 5-star resort. All this green stuff behind me, that's rice. Rice season, the rice harvest is coming to Thailand. I'm very excited about that. So everybody have a great day. Take care of yourself, stay happy, stay healthy. And right here, the mindset of wealthiness, the mindset of wealthiness, the mindset of TEFL freedom, the mindset of you can live your dreams, but you gotta put in the hard work. Peace.